Let's go through LeetCode 3016, minimal number of pushes to type of words to. For this question, it gave us string word, and let's return the minimal pushes. So the condition is that we can rearrange those kind of keyboards. For example, the keyboards can be like this top graph or the below graph, right? That is, we can put those kind of character A to Z. It doesn't limit which keyboard it goes to, right? And even say we can see those kind of Z or those kind of things can appear multiple times. It doesn't limit how many times, and doesn't limit where the position, right? So what we think about is that we should have the frequency of every character, right? So we'll say that the character has only 26 characters, different characters, right? So first thing is that we should have the frequency count. Then what we do is that we put the most frequent use the key character as the first push, right? So for example, if A appears most, we apparently want A push only once, right? But for the keyboard, which allows to push only once, there are only seven, right? One, two, three, only 7 characters can use. So if so that we want to put is that the top 7 frequent use the character as one push, and then from 8 to 14 to the second push, right? And there are 26, 26 characters. We put that as 7, 7, 7, and 5, right? So this is the most frequent character. This is the second, the next batch of the 7, and the third, right? So if this those kind of character which does not appear a lot, right? So we will just put it in the lower order. As there are only 26 characters, right? We do the counting, and this just a 26 character array, right? We can just sort, right? Actually, put this as a quick select. It's not that meaningful, right? Because that is log 26 or 26 log, or just a linear 26. It does not make too much difference, right? So we just sort, and then we put the most frequent character in one push, most frequent, most top 7 in the one push, then from 8 to 14 to 2 push, and 15 to 21 to the 3 push, and the last the rest to the 4 push, right? So then we write code for this. We need the frequent count, right? New into 26. Then for character C in word, which array we have count C minus A add its counts, right? So we just sort this array, right? And we now what we do is that we iterate from the most frequent character, right? So what we do is that we are going to have for int I equals 25, right? I greater equal to 0. And also we needed a count, right? Count I should be greater than 0. Otherwise, we need to break that I minus minus. So we know we know we know we need to have a result, right? Into result equals to 0. So we should have result should plus equal to how many pushes, right? Pushes multiplied by this kind of counts. So we know at the beginning we set this kind of pushes as 1, right? Push. Let's call push equals to 1. And so we know when push become 2, right? So that is if we use the outer those kind of seven if we use outer 7 character, right? Then we increase push to 2, right? So what we do is that we can have called used, right? Use at the beginning is 0. So we'll say if used equals 8, right? Then we're going to have push should plus equal to 1, right? Plus plus. And also we set used as 0, right? So for every I, right, we should have used should increase by 1, right? And in the end, we return result. So it is a linear operation because we need to have a counts, right? Counts. And this in 26 log of 26 is possible. We can ignore that, right? And then this is another linear. So it's ON time complexity. Space is constant, right? Just 26. Write a Python code for this as well, right? So Python, we also need let's have a count array, right? Count array, set this one as this one multiplied by 26. And for C in Word, right? So what we do is that we should have a count RD C minus RD A should pass equal to 1, right? And then we also need a counter of sort. So we should have results in the push, right? And used. Let's have result equals 1. Push initial it is 1, right? Result is 0. And used initial is 0, right? So for I in range 25, minus 1, right? So we'll say if counts I greater than equals to 0, right? We should break, right? And we'll say if used equals 8, we should have push should increase by 1, right? And also set use equals to 0. And also we have result should be plus equal to push multiple by count, right? And we should have use should be plus equal to 1, right? In the end, return result.